Hello and welcome back to the Geek Collector's Toy Mine. Today we are going to be looking at Monster High Skelita Calaveras Howliday Collectible Doll Dia de Muertos 2024. So let's get started by looking at the Mattel website. We can see that there are pictures of Skelita as well as her accessories and things that come with this doll. You can buy this doll for $55.99 and it does show where it is being sold at. One of my besties actually ordered this doll and let me unbox it for this video, so thank you, bestie, for letting me do that. So starting off with the box, we can see that there's a lot of orange tones in there, butterflies, marigolds. Looking at the back of the box, there's an enlarged picture of Skelita, and then there's two paragraphs, one in English, one in Spanish. Please feel free to pause it. It just talks about Day of the Dead, traditions, and things like that. Looking at Skelita, we can see that there's a lot of colors that were used. I especially enjoy the background of these Howliday dolls. Now let's get her out of this box and get a closer look at everything that came with it. As you can see, it was quite a struggle to get Skelita out. There was like two little hooks that were holding onto the background, but we were finally able to get her out. I do love all the colors that were used, and I most definitely have to check the shoes first. As you know, I am a big fan of Monster High shoes. Just like the Skelita Calaveras from last year, this doll does also come with a certificate of authenticity. If you would like to read it, please feel free to pause it. Alright friends, let's get to work on getting Skelita free from her background. This is always the most difficult part, just getting those things cut out smoothly so as not to damage the doll. And my complaint for every doll that I cut out is getting that plastic piece from the hair is my nightmare. I am liking the makeup that was used for this year. It's colorful and she looks good. She does have spider webs on her cheekbones, the lips are pink, and her eyeshadow is blue, and it definitely matches the chest piece. The dress does have black tulle at the bottom, which makes it more poofy. Looking at the heels, they are very detailed. The heel is actually candlesticks, and the straps are a butterfly and marigold. Very, very adorable. And you can't really take them off unless you like kind of yank them out. Now looking at the headpiece, this year's doll does have a hat instead of a headpiece like the one from last year had. And this one has 3 feathers, 2 teal and 1 pink, and it has the marigold and the recognizable Monster High logo on top. This hat's pretty cool. It does sit right on top of her head. Now before we continue, let's look at the stand that comes with this doll. It is the same one as last year's doll, even the design, which has the flowers, the hearts, and the skull shape. The design of the stand is that U shape, which means it will have to go under the dress so she is able to stand and have her dress be all poofy. I'm actually going to bring my other friend Skelita from last year so we can do some comparisons and see how it was changed from last year to this year. Starting off with the makeup, we can see that last year her makeup was darker around the eyes, to which this year it is more brighter and more colorful. Comparing their hair, last year's doll did have longer hair with the teal underneath, and this year's doll has shorter hair with that red streak and the teal. Looking at their accessories, they both do have necklaces, but one of them has like a belt and the other one has bracelets. You know, just going over, she does have a hat. This year and last year, she did have kind of like a marigold headband with skulls on it. Their dresses are different. Last year's was a little bit more colorful on the top area, and this year's it's a little bit more dark. And looking at their heels, last year's doll had wedges. As for this year's, it does come with actual like chunky heels. I do love these dolls, but my main complaint is the stand that they come with. They are not sturdy and they keep falling over, so it took me a few tries to get them to stand. And I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that just struggles with this. I was really impressed with the design of this hat. It's so cool. It just sits on top of her head and it doesn't come off unless you're like shaking her really hard. And her joints are bendable at the elbow and at the wrist. Under her dress, there is a plastic piece that will help the dress be more poofy. Unlike last year's doll, this one does not go all around her. It just goes around like half of the dress. Before I forget, let me show you the background that Skelita came in. You can see that there's an ofrenda in the background with a lot of marigolds and butterflies and Monster High logo. We can't forget that. And yeah, there's just a lot of things that show that this doll is from Dia de Muertos, or Day of the Dead. I will be saving this background piece, or maybe I'll just put Escalita back in there. We'll see. We have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this comparison between last year's doll and this year's doll. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.